Probably.
Ooh. That was big, whatever that was. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're just out for a little stroll and we wanted to kind of talk about something that we've been thinking about recently. Actually, you probably know what it is from the title of this video. Ooh, the sun is
It's a nightmare
bright.
for video. A nightmare.
It is quite the nightmare. But the sun is here, which is nice, we can't complain. It does give snow on Monday though, did you know that?
What?
Yeah.
No, you just don't know what's coming.
Fun. Yep, change those settings quickly.
I hate this, but it has to be done.
So we love taking photos and making the photo vlogs that we make. If you've seen our videos here, then you probably already know that. A lot of the time, it kind of just looks like you go out, you get your photos, you come home, you edit them, and then boom, you have this photo that you're really proud of. But a lot of the time, that's actually not really the case. There's not one that kind of stands out because of the issues that we had.
It wasn't a great week of photography.
But the photos this week didn't really turn out as we had hoped.
It looks.
So as you've seen from that, or as you've probably seen from some of our videos before, that it doesn't actually always go to plan. So there's actually many days where we go out to take photos and we come home and we don't even have one photo that we're happy with or proud of. And that happens more often than you would think, and sometimes it can lead to some negativity. Do these hurt?
Probably.
Ah, yes they do.
This is actually kind of cool. Do you ever just wish that you could like move stuff around and get a cool photo? Like get rid of those electric poles, move this tree like here, move this tree down a bit, and then just take a photo.
Like if you had the power of Photoshop in your hands.
Yeah, pretty much. That would be cool. So this is something that we've kind of dealt with quite a bit over the past while, mainly me, to be honest. Like when we go out to take photos or do these videos, feeling a little bit of pressure, which kind of causes you to get a little bit anxious about getting good photos. And then there's also that combines with like looking at a lot of social media and seeing a lot of very good photographers and kind of comparing yourself to them, which I think I've got a little bit better at recently, but still there definitely is the pressure and a bit of the anxiety with going out. Whoa, was that a bee? Yeah, definitely still a bit of that lingers around that I've been trying to kind of work on, because it's hard to when you do go out and take photos and do videos like we do. You obviously want to get the best photos you can. So, and as you guys have probably seen or maybe seen from some of our photo vlogs, when we come home sometimes, like Christina said, we don't get good photos. It can be a bit demoralizing and you can kind of doubt how good you actually are at photography, just because that one day you went out and didn't get a photo that you thought would have made a great print. And I'm sure there's a lot of you guys too who are photographers, maybe new, maybe been doing it for a while, that kind of feel this same way. There's kind of a few things that we've been doing like definitely at least the past year or so when we go out to take photos, that kind of help and allow us to at least get something from the days we go out and take photos.
I'm gonna jump in front of Chris's photo.
Rude.
Did you get it? What did you say there?
When was the last time I dropped some of our camera gear on the ground? Always you. Lens cap.
I dropped a lens cap.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want dust getting on it. Or dirt. Scrape our lens, you know?
Yes, it is always me. I do apologise.
Getting good photos every time you go out is definitely harder when you're doing landscape photography, because if the conditions aren't right, you're probably not going to get a photo that's that great. So coming home and kind of beating yourself up about that and doubting your ability is a little bit silly when you think about it, because the shot just wasn't there. And that's why you'll see with a lot of, pretty much all landscape photographers, they will go to a location at set times when they know the conditions are right, and that's when they get their epic photos. So yeah, just keep that in mind. The best times obviously being like sunrise, sunset, or when you have certain like overcasty type days, or maybe there's fog coming in or something, depending on the shot you want. But in a really bright day with no clouds, probably not the type of days that those guys are going to be going out and getting photos.
Oh, hey guys. How you doing in there? What's up? Hey friend. So another thing that we like to do that kind of makes it a little easier for us to get good shots, when we go out on a photo walk, we like to capture the details of the scene, or texture shots as we like to call them. It's just the up close details of a scene, because you don't really have to rely so much on the conditions. More than likely they will look good no matter the conditions. So shots that kind of get in close to the detail of where you're at. We like to get a lot of those when we're out on photo walks too. We actually do this a lot in our POV style videos. If you've seen any of those on our channel, we kind of focus on these type of shots when we do those videos. The more up close shots, because it kind of guarantees, or at least we feel a little more hopeful that we'll definitely get a good shot if we do that style of photo. And something else that we like to do too is kind of take photos of each other. So kind of more so for our own memories, like we would take photos of us at the scene of where we're at doing something, maybe portraits of each other, sort of for our own memories, but sometimes they also turn out really good too. So sometimes we get a really nice portrait. So this actually makes it a little bit easier for us to get a good shot, because it's pictures of us. Yes, we might be in the landscapes, but the conditions don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be ideal. I mean, you don't need perfect conditions to get a nice portrait. So pictures of us within the photo kind of helps us to get good shots too.
I feel like we've said this many times before, but just being in and around forests, it's just cool. So many birds and stuff. Also, you might wonder why we're constantly swapping the camera back and forth. It's because we want a video with the good camera, which is the Fuji, and we're just swapping back and forth to take photos anyway. Just snapped a couple of photos of Christina, by the way. Just a few cool portraits, kind of exactly what Christina was talking about, where we just kind of capture what we're doing instead of a whole landscape. But yeah, we've definitely been trying and definitely getting better at learning to just enjoy the process. Learning to enjoy the process of learning. Getting better at enjoying the process of learning, definitely over like the past year or so, because we know that even when we go out and take photos, if we come home and we don't have a good photo that we really like, we know that more than likely we still probably learn something. Why did we not get photos? Why did those conditions not work? And then whenever you go out next time, you can kind of think back to what didn't work last time and use that in whatever the next day is you're out taking photos, and it will make you better, and you just constantly get better every time you go out and shoot, whether or not you get really good photos or not. Whether or not you get really good photos or not. Whether or not you get really good photos. So the point is, it's never going to be a waste of your time to go out and take photos, even if you don't get great ones, because you're always going to learn and That's what we've been thinking about every time we go out and take photos now. There's always something we can take back and learn from it that will benefit us in the long run.
It's starting to get cold and Chris won't stop taking pictures.
Christina's shouting at me to get home for dinner.
Run!
That electric push kind of ruined it.
We almost got away. Almost.
Watch your mouth.
So that is just something that we wanted to share with you today. It's something that we continue to think about every time that we go out and take photos. So just remember that every time you go out, there is always something that you can take from it. There's always something to learn, and that can only ever be a good thing.
So instead of scrolling through Instagram, for example, seeing other great photographers' photos and comparing yourself to them and then doubting your own abilities, use their work to inspire you to go out and maybe try a photo that you've seen them do in your own way, and that way you'll learn instead of letting it make you think that what you're doing isn't good enough. So try to stay inspired, keep learning, and continue to get better as a photographer and a creator.
We also just wanted to say thank you all so much for the support here on our channel. We really love seeing all your comments. We love that you guys are enjoying the photo vlogs and our photos, and also learning something too, which is also really cool. So hopefully you find this video somewhat helpful. It's always good to see that other photographers are in the same boat. We all feel the same sometimes. So if you did enjoy it, make sure and give it a big thumbs up.
And if you want to see more of our videos, then maybe consider hitting the subscribe button too. But as we always say, take it easy.
Don't be a stranger.